Do you ever find yourself really tired or mentally exhausted, and no matter how much you sleep, you just can't fix it? Or even sleeping, right? You wake up really, really tired, or no matter how much you sleep, you just don't feel satisfied with it, or you feel like you're stuck in a routine that you don't necessarily enjoy, or you just need to spend some time away. These are all clear signs that you need to take a break immediately. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Dia, and I'm doing this series where I talk about things I've learned over the past few days, and I also speak about my journey with life. And I'm glad to have y'all tag along. Now, what exactly is a break? Taking a break can mean just stepping away from the usual. Basically, just getting to know yourself with no expectations or plans, stepping away from what you're already comfortable with, and putting yourself in an environment that you have no experience in. It basically just helps you identify your not so strong qualities. For example, I personally struggled with managing time, setting clear priorities, or I basically had no discipline, and taking a break helped me realize that. Once you see patterns in your behavior, you are able to identify those points that are stopping you from achieving your goals. And this can help you accept that maybe I do need to change. And that makes changing so much more easier. First and foremost, staying in your comfort zone is definitely a trap. So, we as human beings are wired to be comfortable, and it is really scary to get out of your comfort zone. But what we don't realize is that going out of your comfort zone opens you up to so many possibilities, and staying in your comfort zone just limits you from achieving all these big goals you have in mind and going places where you could have been. You ever feel like you have so much potential, but you're just not able to get there? Or you feel like you're too scared to get out of there, and you're just too comfortable to move out of it. So your brain just keeps feeding you these lies that going out of it is going to be bad for you. But trust me, it is not. Everything you go through in life is a learning experience. It opened my eyes to a lot of things, and it made me understand myself as a person. That really changed my life. So, yeah. And I guess that's why I'm here right now. Taking time off when you need it is completely okay. So, rest days, as a gym person, I know it's important. Okay, so we need rest days to avoid burnout and to make sure that our body gets enough time to relax after some strenuous work so that it can function properly after the rest. But the key thing is to not take advantage of it. We need to be responsible with how we take or how we treat our rest days, right? Just because I can doesn't mean I should. So, whenever I used to do one task, I used to spend the rest of the day just chilling, not doing anything else, because I convinced myself that I earned it, I deserved it. But taking that time off made me realize that, wow, my work to rest ratio is so imbalanced for myself. It's not helping me in any way. That one task compared to hours and hours of just doing nothing is a waste, and I feel like I missed out on so much because of that, right? So I thought I was being nice to myself by taking hours and hours of rest time, like for example sitting in front of a screen for days on end, or just sleeping with no control. And I thought that was me being nice when I could have been actively working on something that helped me better myself, or I want to get into college, so I could have been working on my portfolio instead. But how am I being nice if I am trapping myself and not allowing me to reach my full potential? How am I being nice by not encouraging me to reach where I'm supposed to be? The final reason why you need to take a break is that it is so easy to convince yourself to change, to convince your brain that you are a different person after a big event has just happened. When I went to Goa, it just started raining non-stop and I was stuck within the four walls of my house there, and the rains messed up my internet, so I couldn't even use my phone. I was restricted a lot and I was alone, so I didn't have anyone to blame for this, right? I brought it upon myself. So I just decided, okay, I've had enough of this. Let's see how I can take advantage of this situation, right? So I just sat a lot and I got to know myself better. I sat and critically analyzed why I did this, who I am as a person, and I just basically got to know myself a lot better than I did when I went. And I realized that maybe working on my portfolio 24/7 is not realistic, and it is so important to set realistic goals in order to go ahead with anything. So basically, Goa just made me get used to living alone, and it was definitely the first time that I was away from my family, and that was challenging too. And there were so many things I just realized. I came to understand more about myself when I was alone and away from this city life that I was living in Bangalore, and surrounded by full lush gardens and greenery everywhere, and it was nice. That was a great change of environment, but none of my plans worked out, right? So when I came back from Goa, it was so easy for me to change like that. I just changed. I'm not the same person I was when I went to Goa, when I was in Goa. Now imagine I didn't go to Goa. I wouldn't have realized any of the things I realize now. I wouldn't have been so grateful. I wouldn't have been this person, right? So it is so important to take a big step, a vacation, to change for the better or for the worse. That's completely up to you. And back to where we were getting to is basically it's so easy to convince your brain that you are a different person after an event, a huge event has happened. So taking a break is, you can make it seem like a big deal to your brain and your brain will believe it. Trust me, it worked for me. So a small homework for whoever's watching, if you all have watched till here, is take that time off. Maybe if you can't afford to go to a fancy place, that's completely alright. You can just go to your relative's place or your friend's place or something that is a different environment for you. Yeah, go there with absolutely no plans. Just sit in silence, get to know yourself, understand why you behave this way or why you think this way. Identify that, and you can change as a person once you're back. The whole idea is to just connect with nature and be friends with your mind. You're stuck with your mind for the rest of your life. You might as well befriend it, right? Keep in mind that you do not say anything negative to you. Just try to understand the person that you've become. Acknowledge that you are this person. Over the past few years, you've grown into the person that you are watching or you are observing right now. Do you like this person? That's awesome. But do you not like this person that you have become? That's still fine, because you can change. You need to believe that, and once you do, you can. It's that easy. And with that, we come to the end of this video. I'd like to conclude by saying I know a lot of people can't afford to take a break, or they don't have the time, or whatever excuse you have, right? Find alternatives. Human beings are so creative. We can always figure out alternatives. That's literally why these houses exist. Anything man-made exists because of finding alternatives. Thank you all so much for watching till the end of this video, and if you enjoyed this video, please feel free to subscribe and like, and stay tuned if you'd like to watch more of my content. That's it for now. Love you all. Bye.